What's up, Magic fans? In this video, we're going to be talking about the Orlando Magic's bench and how important that unit and that depth is going to be in this last month of regular season basketball and hopefully into some Orlando Magic playoff basketball into April. That unit is going to be massively important. But today's also the first day of March Madness. I don't know about you, but I love March Madness. Love the upsets. I picked one in my bracket, USF, so it's not looking good. I think the perfect bracket's already going to be done here in the first couple hours. But also wanted to get on here, take a break from watching some March Madness and talk some Orlando Magic because we've been on a roll. We're 10-5 since the All-Star break. We're currently in 6th at that 38-30 spot. But there's a lot of teams right on the Magic's heels. The Heat, fortunately, we were able to beat them 5-0 sweep against the Heat. That's amazing. Love to do that against the Miami Heat. But the Hawks have been on a tear. They just beat us on Monday. They've won 11 straight. They're just a half game back. They are someone to watch heavily in our rearview mirror. Then the Hornets, who we play tonight, they've won 7 out of their last 3. And we have a big game against them in Charlotte, a almost must win. You've got to get out of, I know these last 2 games were brutally tough, but guess what? Right after the Hornets, we got the Lakers, who've been on a tear. So you can't lose 4 straight win. The goal is to stay out of the play-in game and in the top 6. Anywhere from 4 to 6 is great. But Orlando Magic, again, we're talking about the bench. And I also just want to give a shout out to Mark Anderson, 4353. Man, thanks so much for this comment. Just replied to you. Great podcast. More, please. Well, we're doing more because I love the Magic. I love Magic fans. So if you're a Magic fan like myself, like Mark Anderson, drop a comment. I'll respond to you. I'll hit like. Go ahead and hit like as well. Hit subscribe. And we're at 27 subscribers. Let's hit 30 by the end of this week. But again, big game coming. And we're going to need the bench because this is what happens. Like, look, this was a game against the Thunder where it was extremely exposed. How our lack of depth. Yes, we don't have AB. Yes, we don't have Franz. It's day to day. We don't really have much of an update. So that hurts a lot. Why? Because Tristan da Silva is now playing 32 minutes, and he would give you a big kick off the bench. You'd have AB coming off the bench, giving you firepower off the bench. You don't have that. So look what happens against the Thunder. Moe Wagner plays 13 minutes. It's a negative 28 plus minus in just 13 minutes. That's hard to do. Jett Howard, 20 minutes, minus 23, right? Our stars are played well. Paolo is balling out, plus 9. Dell, plus 19. We also want to talk about the bench because Wendell's not playing tonight. So that bench is going to be massively important. I don't know how long he's going to be out. Hopefully it's just a one-day thing and he's back by the Lakers game. But yeah, Paolo's been balling. Look at this. Players averaging 25-5-5 since the All-Star break. Jokic, Luka, and Paolo. 32, 10, and 5 the other night. He's been playing finally really well. This is the level we've wanted to see from Paolo. Desmond Bane has been killing it. Tristan da Silva has been quietly having really nice playing since the All-Star break. But want to look at, okay, the guys off the bench who need to step up. We're going to start with the big men because obviously Wendell Carter is not playing tonight against the Hornets. So you're probably going to see about a 50-50 minute split, I think, between Big Moe and Goga. And Big Moe, let's look at the positive. I love Moe Wagner. What he's brought just in terms of energy, the dynamic, the intensity. That has been something Magic fans we've been clamoring for all season. Just feels like a lot of these games we come out so flat. We're not hustling to the loose ball. We're not making the big plays, the winning plays. Moe has brought that, and that's contagious to the team. And I love that. And we've needed that. And that's part of the reason we're 10-5 in the last 15 games. But you look at the games we've struggled, and even in the games we've won, we'll often go in this cold stretch, the stretch where you're just like begging like for the time to go quick so we can get Paolo and Bane back, or Paolo and Tristan, or Paolo and Suggs, or Bane and Suggs back on the court, because Moe is a defensive liability and supposed to be an offensive firepower off the bench. But look at March's numbers, 28.8% from the field. For a big man, for a guy that's almost 7 feet tall, that's playing center, you should not be shooting under 30% from the field, 22% from 3. So it just becomes a situation, and we're going to see with Wendell out tonight, Is Mo able to step up and get his shot back right? He's missing too many open shots. He needs to be taking more shots around the rim and then converting them as well, because the free throw percentage is fine. So it seems like the shot is right, but something is just off. Otherwise, you've got to give the minutes to Goga because, again, not only are you not scoring on offense, you're getting cooked on defense. So I love Big Mo. I love that energy. Keep bringing that off the bench. But if you can't be making shots, it's too important, and the Magic's bench is too weak to have a guy like that on the court right now. So we're going to see a lot. Can Mo step up with a bigger responsibility? And speaking of bigger responsibility, in Goga, he's going to get a lot of minutes tonight, which hasn't happened recently. He hasn't even had double digits since March 5th. But the field goal percentage is obviously a lot higher. That's not because Goga is a shooter, right? He's only had one 3-point attempt in March. But he plays around the rim, and he is much more of a defensive force, a force in the paint. You know, even for the season, he's shooting almost 70%. Why? Because he's taking the easy shots. And that may be more of what's needed right now for the Magic. Certainly, the defensive presence is needed. So it's going to be this interesting battle. One, they're going to split the minutes tonight because Dell's not playing. Wendell Carter is out, so you're going to see a mix of Goga and Big Mo. They're probably both going to hit over 20 minutes. One of them or both of them, depending on the matchup, may go 30-plus minutes. But when Wendell comes back, who's going to be that first big man off the bench? And I think you're going to see whoever performs better in this game, and if Wendell's out any longer, who's it going to be? Because Goga, he brings that defensive force, and he brings them more of an ability to lock down the paint than Mo does. Now, which one is more needed? It's going to be the offensive firepower. So if Mo gets right, it's easily Mo. But if Mo can't get right, you're going to just have to find the shot somewhere else and just say, Goga, we need you to rebound. We need you to play defense. We need you to lock down. Speaking of rebounding and defense, that's Noah Pinda. I've loved Noah Pinda. What a steal in the second round. He's not going to score a lot of points, but what you drafted him to be is a better version of what J.I. is right now. Not J.I. 2 or 3 years ago when he was this all-pro, almost defensive player of the year type. You want a guy that can rebound really well, which I think he's already rebounding better than J.I. His technique, his boxing out, his ability to go up and get the ball, his timing is all excellent. That's really key. You're not going to get a ton of scoring from Noah Pinda. You know, if you hit a three-pointer, fine. I mean, you hit 2 in March, so don't take too many, Noah. But he gives you minutes. What you want to see is him take and make easy shots all around the rim. If he's open from the mid-range, that's fine. If he's wide open from the three-pointer, that's fine. But live around the rim and give that defensive presence, averaging almost a steal per game in only 15 minutes. That's fantastic. Half a block. He's had multiple games with 2 steals. He's the other big man that, especially tonight, I want to see a good game from. I want to see a game where he goes and drops, let's say, 8 points, 10 boards, and 2 or 3 stocks in 20 to 25 minutes, because I think he's going to play more minutes with Wendell out. And I don't know, do we see Paolo play some of the 5? I actually love that. Someone tweeted, hey, at this point with Wendell out, you might as well put Paolo at the 5 in the starting lineup and just throw Jevon Carter in, because Carter's been balling. Now, Marchie's cooled off, right? You look at the numbers for Jevon Carter. He's only shooting 38% from the field, 32% from three-pointer. That's down across the board for most months. When we got him, he was shooting closer to 36%. In February, 40% from the field. He's had a few other, back in February, 38% from deep, 38% in January, and then 43% back in November of this season from deep. To me, that number you want it to be is somewhere around 35%. Yes, a little bit lower than maybe his career, but you want Jevon Carter to be aggressive. You want him to be the opposite of everything you saw in Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones, I liked the signing at the time, and clearly was a disaster. He had a long streak of 0, 0, 0, 0 in the box score because he was just too passive for what the Magic needed. The Magic needs someone who's going to be aggressive off the bench, especially with AB not coming off the bench, still injured, especially with De Silva being in the starting lineup, not coming off the bench, not often with that second unit. Now, Coach has done a good job of keeping either Bane or Paolo in with the second unit, but that makes it hard because they're typically playing 35 to 40 minutes and they're not able to close out as strong because they're playing so many minutes. But that's also a part of the time of the year. You need some depth. You need a guy like Jevon Carter, who has been honestly one of the best moves of the season. Of course, Bane is the best move. And then you probably have to say signing Jevon Carter, where I was upset at Weltman. How are you not going to make a move at the trade deadline other than trading away Tyus Jones and giving away draft picks and getting the all-time favorite Magic thing where we get back cash considerations? Ugh. But signing Jevon Carter, he's brought a veteran presence. He's brought the intensity similar to Moe. He was getting after his teammates within day 2 or day 3 of being on the Magic. I mean, those first 2 games he played, 23 and 33 minutes, dropping 14 and 15 points. To me, that's the key. Can you get somewhere around 10 points and 3-point percentage around 35%? Last guy I'll hit real quick on our Magic's bench, Jett Howard. Jett has earned himself minutes, partly from injury and partly from play. Injuries to other guys and partly from play. He missed a game a couple nights ago, and I saw the tweet that said, what world are we living in that Magic fans are upset that Jett Howard is out for a game, but we do miss his shot-making ability. Kind of what you want him to fulfill for the last couple weeks, months into the playoffs. He's probably not coming back with the Magic next year, so you just tell him, hey, go out and ball, get yourself a paycheck, a pay day with someone else in the offseason, because he is going to be a free agent. What you want him to see is a mini T. Ross. Not T. Ross in terms of volume, but a guy that can come in 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes and take 2 or 3 threes pretty quickly and hit. So his number, if Jevon Carter's is around 35%, his is going to be around 40%, because really all you want him to do in the numbers you want him to focus on is making and hitting 3-point shots. Jevon Carter, you want to see him make plays. You want to see him create assists. You want to see him have some steals. You want to see him have a game more like 10 points, 4 or 5 assists, and 1 to 2 steals. Jett Howard, you're really only concerned about, don't be a massive liability on defense, and can you get double digits for us while being an effective, efficient 3-point shooter, somewhere in that 40 to 50% range, where can you go 2 for 4, 2 for 5 from deep, or 3 for 5, or 3 from 6 from deep. That's going to kind of be the sweet spot. So he needs to, in my opinion, take about 1 to 2 more 3-pointers a game, because he's getting close to 20 minutes, but he's only at about 3 to 3.5 threes. I think that number needs to be 4 to 5, because really when you're talking about that second unit, he's the only consistent shooter other than Jevon Carter. Now again, when AB comes back, that's going to change. When Franz comes back and De Silva comes back to the bench, that number is going to change. But right now, where we're at, because it could be day by day, I could record this and they're both back by Saturday. That doesn't seem likely, but the Magic we didn't know about Wendell's injury until an hour ago, and all of a sudden he's out. So, but for now, he needs to, in my opinion, be shooting closer to 4 to 5 to at most 6 3-pointers a game. That's going to be the sweet spot for Jett Howard. But again, Magic fans, would love to hear. I'll interact with each and every comment. Who do you think from the Magic's bench needs to step up? Who's the guy that you're circling, or 2 guys that you're circling that's saying, hey, they need to ball out tonight, but also they need to get right and get ready, because the Magic this next month is massively important. You could easily slip into that 8, 9, 10th spot really easily in the East if you're not careful. If you go back to kind of win a game, lose a game. But if you can go on a streak, the Raptors have played kind of iffy basketball. Yes, they've won 3 in a row, but the Magic play the Raptors later this month. So you get a chance to easily close out that gap and to take the fifth spot. Could you even creep into 4th? You just beat the Cavs about a week ago. So this next month is huge, and then into playoffs. So Magic fans, who do you want to see ball out again? Hit like, hit subscribe. We're going to be back soon. I'm dropping a lot more shorts. If you subscribe, I'll have more content there, but I'll try to drop a video maybe next week or in 2 weeks as well. But let's go Magic. Big game tonight. Need this win against the Charlotte Hornets.